Welcome to the CrossFit Max podcast.
What is going on, team? And thank you so much for joining. Holy crap, we hit 20,000 downloads on this podcast, which is crazy to think about. We appreciate each and every one of you guys for listening. If you get value, please make sure you give us a rating and a review. It helps spread our message out to some new people out there. And don't be shy to send this podcast to someone if you feel like they could get some value as well. So we hope you dig this episode, and let's get to it. Three, two, one. What's up, everyone? How is your day going, my love?
Good.
Good.
How's your day going, my love?
Fantastic. How come your voice sounds so raspy right now?
Because I was at a wellness retreat over the last weekend. And
Tell more.
it was a silent retreat. So I didn't use my voice for 3 days.
Yeah, that's what happened.
And so my voice is just too rusted. Or something like that.
Something like that. Susie got a full weekend away.
My first ever weekend away ever since having a baby. Ever.
Yep. I was on dad duty the whole weekend, which was fun. We had a boys' weekend.
I was at a bachelorette party.
Yeah.
That was not a wellness retreat, and it was far from silent.
So you came back on Sunday with this nice raspy voice. It does sound a little bit better today than it did yesterday.
It's a lot better. Yeah. But I have to talk a lot for work, and it's quite embarrassing when I answer the phone.
Yeah. Nice. And now you're doing a podcast, all things with your voice.
Yeah, I feel like it's not so embarrassing because my CrossFitters, they get me.
They get you.
I don't like my employers knowing that I screamed my head off all weekend, you know? But like at the gym,
it's cool.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah. So funny.
There's like a level of professionalism at work that's like, I don't want you to know why I can't speak right now.
Yeah. It's so funny that sometimes you tell people at the gym that you're going out for this weekend. They're like, no way, you drink alcohol? You eat pizza? So many times people think that we're just
I drank
so strict.
All the alcohol.
All of it.
You know what? Life is meant to be lived. And 99% of the time, I don't drink on the weekends. But when I do,
99%?
do it really well.
That would be 1 out of 100 weekends. That would be 3 weekends a year.
Okay. Go to the club. 99.
The club, yeah.
I haven't been inside a club in 2 years.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. Pretty impressive. So you got to enjoy yourself this weekend.
Yeah, I had the best time.
Yeah.
I'm still recovering, though. I'm exhausted.
Tommy and I really had a rowdy weekend over here at home.
Boys weekend.
Boys weekend. Cracked open a few brews together.
Yeah.
Did some cake stands.
He loves that 3.25%.
We definitely had a much more chill weekend.
Good.
But yeah, we've definitely missed you.
You're going to be on a bachelor party in a couple of weeks. So we will have a swipsy swapsies.
Yep. Okay, real banter topic.
Okay, tell us.
I've got to go run after we do this podcast.
Oh my God, here comes my eye roll. Brandon can't do a long run without telling everyone in the whole world.
Here's the question I have for you.
Tell me.
Since you started CrossFit after running, what do you feel like has translated over from running to CrossFit? For the listeners who maybe do more running than they do CrossFit.
Okay. Well, I think an obvious one is just like overall cardiovascular capacity. So because I was a runner before I starting CrossFit, I had like a decent engine. Like I didn't know how to do the CrossFit skills and things yet, and it for sure requires different levels of intensity. But overall, like my ability to like breathe in heart rate going up situations was good.
Well explained.
Thank you. I'm
Science.
not just a pretty face. Smart too, guys.
Heart rate up, kept moving feet. I go fast.
Yes. I think another really beneficial skill that I acquired from running that translates excellently into CrossFit is understanding how to pace yourself. So obviously that applies differently in a CrossFit workout, but knowing how to make sure you don't go out too hard, hold yourself back, manage your tank, and make sure that you can, finish at the same speed or maybe faster than you started a workout, depending on what the strategy of the workout would be. I think that's a skill that I brought with me from running.
Nice.
What would you add to that? What do you think are things that
like relate from runners going into CrossFit?
Yeah.
I would say, pacing that's definitely one. Maybe even like your movement economy. So like your body.
Explain what a movement economy is.
So like your body's efficiency of movement. Like essentially, I explained this to one of our clients that I had a PT with Sandy this morning, who's prepping for a physical exam.
Yeah, girl.
And she was training and she was doing farmer carries and she was just not tightening up her midline. So she like the dumbbells were kind of just pulling her side to side, so she wasn't like walking in a nice straight line. She was kind of walking side to side. And she was going heavy. She was going 40-pound dumbbells in each hand. And I talked to her about this, and the analogy I used is if you put someone in the water and you just get them, like someone who's brand new at swimming, and you just throw them in the water and you tell them to start swimming and do laps.
Right.
Like that person's probably going to be very inefficient at their stroke and how they're swimming across the water. Mm-hmm. And at the end of, let's say, that lap or two, they're going to be completely exhausted. So they're not moving well and they're just burning an enormous amount of energy throughout the process.
Right. They're using way more energy than an efficient swimmer would use.
Yeah. Versus like you take like someone who's done a decade or 2 decades of swimming and you put them in the water and you get them to go into like this beautiful stroke and it just looks so effortless and they kind of kick back off the wall back and forth and they're going for like 30 minutes nonstop. Mm-hmm. That's because their movement economy in the water is really good. Right. Really great. This is the difference between when I get in the water and your mom gets in the water.
Mel Miller looks like a little floating mermaid.
Like when we're in Australia and we're swimming in the outdoor pool there and she's just kicking it back and forth, 66 years old, just kicking it back and forth. Yep, I've done like 1 kilometer now and I'm on like the edge of the pool catching my breath and I'm like, shit, I'm only at 200 meters. I've only done 4 laps. So I would say maybe movement economy has carried over well to CrossFit. So
yeah, I would agree with you.
Understanding
in certain movements, obviously not everything.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously
the relevant movements.
Barbell cycling wasn't on point, but things like burpees and jumping and also just understanding like transitions between movements is important as well.
I think another thing that kind of translates over from endurance sports like running into CrossFit is like a mental toughness.
Yeah, that's what I was going to add after. That's a really good one.
I beat you to it, man.
Got me.
I feel like mental toughness that you get from running, especially long distance running and accomplishing hard things, translates extremely well over into CrossFit.
Yeah, there's definitely this sense of like discomfort when you start running.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about this last week when I was doing my long run, and I was like, man, at one point, just running 1 or 2 kilometers was freaking hard.
Right.
And that was because I was just thinking about every aspect of my body. Where do I put my feet? And then you start to feel like these little tiny aches and pains at the beginning, and then you start getting in your head. And
right.
And then you're like, yeah, just this mental battle with yourself versus when you get into longer distance running, then you feel like you just get into the groove and you tune out of your body.
Right.
It's like this. It's like your body's ability to just
like a flow state.
Yeah, your mind just flows out of your body, and you're thinking about whatever that could be. That could be work. That could be life. That could be dreams that you may have. whatever that is, relationships.
Whatever you're
that,
gonna have for supper.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of this interesting thing, and then you look down, you're like, oh shit, like I've just completed another 2 kilometers.
Yeah, I like to think about food when I'm running.
Really?
I think about what I'm gonna eat later and how good it's gonna taste.
Interesting. Oh. Anyways, that was kind of the question I had for you for the banter topic.
I thought it was gonna be cheeky.
No, but I do have a cheeky rapid fire trend or trash for you.
Ooh.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so these are
Rapid fire. We have multiples.
rapid fire. So
no.
quick.
I can't second guess myself.
5.
5 of them.
5 of them, and they're
And I
specific.
have to say trend or trash.
Trend or trash.
Trend being like,
You
love
dig-
it.
Yeah.
Trash being like,
Let's move on from it.
garbage.
Yeah. And these are questions that are going to be directed clearly at my wifey over here from a female perspective
No, the women are going to come for me.
on men.
Oh, perfect. I love shitting on men. It's my favorite hobby.
Alright.
Perfect. I love this game already. Trash.
Are you ready? I
Trash.
don't know if you're going to trash these ones. You ready?
Okay, go.
Okay, here we go.
I'm ready.
Rapid fire. You can spend
ready.
no more than 1 minute on each topic.
1 whole minute.
Ready? I'm timing you.
I love minutes.
Ready? We're going in 5, 4,
I'm
3,
so excited.
2,
Trash.
1. Short shorts for men at the gym.
Trend.
Go on.
I love it. Show me your thighs.
That's it?
The shorter, the better. I feel like short shorts equals confidence equals swag equals love it. Keep it up. Especially if you squat.
All right. So trend for
Love.
short shorts.
Absolutely
All right.
love.
That was only 20 seconds. Okay, here we go.
Okay, go. Next one.
Guys taking their shirts off mid-workout.
Trend. The less clothes, the better. I love it. Do you, boo-boo.
That one took 10 seconds. Okay, interesting one. Men shaving or waxing chest hair for better muscle definition.
Trash. Sounds a
Go on.
little excessive, you know? Like, if you got the muscles, we can see them. With or without the shag.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't select a hairy man for myself, but
Yeah.
like, I don't think there's an issue with being hairy.
Okay. That was 30 seconds. That was the longest
Let
answer.
your hair fly, baby.
Oh, here we go. All right.
Oh,
Number 4. Man buns and headbands during workouts.
Trash.
Do you have any athletes at our gym with man buns? I
I
don't
don't
think.
think so. Maybe our coach, Dom.
Oh, Dom, it's true. Yeah,
Sorry, Dom. I love you so much.
it's true.
Cut
yeah.
your hair.
So not a fan of the man buns.
Like, it's not my favorite.
It's not your favorite.
No.
Some guys can pull it off though.
You
Dom
know?
actually pulls it off really well.
There are definitely people, and I feel like Dom fits in the category of people that can pull it off. But, you know, everybody looks good with like a nice haircut.
Okay. By the way, I did not think of any of these questions, and nor did I ask Susie these. So this is on the fly here. All
Okay,
right.
next one. Go. I'm having so
Men
much fun.
grunting loudly during lifts. 1 minute. Let's go.
Trend.
Trend.
Do it. Let it out.
Let it out.
Yeah, but don't expect me to not make fun of you for it. That's my thing. Like, I love making fun of Jason when he screams in his workouts. But I think it's hilarious. And I also feel like sometimes I grunt too when I'm lifting heavy. Like, it just happens.
No doubt I grunt.
So, like,
Yeah.
let your freak flag fly. But if you're going to be grunting in the gym, have thick enough skin to tolerate me making fun of you for it. But, like, everyone knows that bullying is my love language. So if I'm making fun of you, it's because I love you.
Nice. Yeah, for sure.
What do you think?
I think grunting is definitely trend. I'm a grunter.
I
was
like,
doing
if
those
I'm
heavy
doing
dip.
heavy cleans, like, there ain't no way I'm not giving you a good.
I was doing those heavy deadlifts last week, and I was getting some big grunts out towards the end.
I think it's like funny when people grunt when they're like rowing, and it's like, okay, calm down. But like, whatever, do you? If it feels good, let it out. Like, your gym is your happy, safe space. Be as freaky as you want.
Okay, bonus.
Okay.
Flexing in the mirror between sets. This is like old school bodybuilding stuff. We don't have any mirrors, but
Trend. If you
Trend.
got it, flaunt it.
all right. That's it.
Yeah, like, I kind of love, like, I just like people to be confident. And I think that's actually all those things, like people wearing short shorts, people taking off their shirts, people flexing in the mirror, whatever. I feel like that's just a sign of confidence. Yeah, maybe you could see it as egotistical, but whatever. Just like if you're confident, do it.
Mm-hmm. As Susie's flexing in the mirror after.
That's me in my short shorts. So whatever.
That was mostly trend.
Yeah. Did you expect me to say that? What did you expect?
I think most of these things describe myself actually. So check.
Imagine I'm like, ew. Man buns are my favorite.
I'm like
and Brandon's like,
pulling
wait.
my shorts down.
Brandon's like, wait. I don't get it. She hates me.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I love confidence. I love people showing off their body. It's awesome.
Love it.
You put in that hard work, like put it on display. You earned it.
Hell yeah. All right. Trend or trash over. Segment done. Good job.
We can call that a wrap on this week's episode. Thanks, guys. See you next week. My voice is tired.
Your voice is tired. Okay. Topic for today was inspired by a podcast I was listening to. I've been diving deep into the business podcast recently. Kind of going like
Do you find it boring?
Business podcasts?
Yeah.
No.
Because I find them boring.
You got to find the right one. You got to find I
find it hard to get into something like that.
Well,
I just want to hear about pop culture.
Yeah, I mean, if like I listen to pop culture, I'm like, this is way too much like unnecessary, like sometimes purposeful, built up drama. And I'm like, this seems so stupid, and you're making so much money off of it that I hate it.
Much.
Versus,
the dumber the fight, the better.
I'm like, this is literally purely for money purposes, and they just blow it up.
Like people unfollowing each other and making headlines about it. Love it. Eat that shit up. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, so that would bore the shit out of me.
Perfect. There's something for everyone.
Yeah, but honestly, for all podcasts, you have to find the person, well, one that has a voice that you can listen to.
Yeah, sorry about this episode, folks. Everyone's like, can someone give her some tea with honey?
Yeah. So you got to find someone that has a good voice, that the audio is good. You also got to find someone that is discussing, like I also go into like kind of waves of different podcast topics. Sometimes I'm just down to listen to some like really good health podcasts, like Marcus Philly, those types of podcasts, and a bunch of podcasts that people will send me. I know Nat has sent me one. Eli sent me one this week.
People are sending you homework?
Yeah, people are sending me homework.
Don't do that to me, guys. I hate that.
And there's only so many podcasts I could do. So, but no, so there's like, sometimes I'll go into like these health podcasts because it just kind of gets my brain flowing. Sometimes I'll get into exercise ones. Other times I'll listen to like motivational, like.
I feel like you're such a curious person that you're like the prime podcast target audience.
Yeah, maybe. It's possible.
And I have just such a simple mind that I'm the prime podcast, anything to do with pop culture, like I'm the prime candidate.
Yeah. But I mean, you also listen to your dad's running podcast.
Yeah. But I feel like
that's the only one that you do for fitness just because of your dad.
Well, I only started listening to it because it was my dad and I wanted to be like supportive, but I actually enjoy the podcast. Like I like the episodes, but if it wasn't my dad's podcast, I don't think I would listen.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Just because I have so many like Housewives episodes to catch up on.
So dumb. Yeah. And then like other times I'll listen to like financial, like I really like finances and stuff.
God.
So like
you are just like such a smart person. I don't understand.
And then the last one I'll listen to is like business. So I've been like diving into the business stuff, and more specifically, I've been listening to like a lot of Harmozy. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. Oh, I think I've showed you him
showed
before.
Me his Instagram.
Before, yeah.
And then you were shocked to learn that I hadn't seen it before.
Yeah. Harmozy's kind of like the, dare I say it, Joe Rogan of business.
Oh.
You know, like he's very, very popular. He's got some really
controversial.
I mean, when you reach a certain level of greatness,
you have to be
There's going to be people that hate on it.
I think
you know?
once you have haters, you really made it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I feel about my life too.
Like he's got like 4 million followers on Instagram. Like he's made it, you know? And he's like
like people are watching. People give a
yeah.
shit what he has to say, whether they want to hate on it or accept it as a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he's like a gym guy who's turned it into like
business advice.
Like, I don't even know. I would probably say he's probably a billionaire at this point. But
okay.
So what he's done is, you know, he started off in the gym life, started off by, you know, working at gyms and then selling for gyms and became such a really good salesman. And then started like investing in, you know, he opened up his own businesses, invest in other businesses, and is really just focused now on like just helping other businesses grow.
Wouldn't that be such a fun life phase?
Yeah, you got to be freaking smart to do that stuff.
I think you're that smart. You could do that.
I don't know. But anyways, he's really good. And anyway, so I was listening to this podcast with Hormozy, and what this podcast was is he was at a like a conference, and essentially, from what it sounded like, 5 different people would come up to the stand, and they would explain their business really, really quickly, and then they would explain their struggles, and then he would try to help give
rapid
them
fire.
Yeah, exactly. And then he would help give them answers. So it was like 5 different businesses and 5 similar solutions. And anyways, this is the great thing about listening to podcasts when you're running, because you hear like one little thing and then your brain just spirals into like a million different thoughts.
I feel like that's a you thing, not a running thing.
It's not a running thing. Well, if you're listening, like when you're doing a long distance running, like you hope for those moments.
I'm listening to like My Humps by the Black Eyed Peas.
No, for sure. Most of the time I listen to music when I'm running, but for long runs, it's nice to tune into something different.
Got it.
Anyway, so you hear like one sentence, or you just hear something, and then your brain just goes like, whoo, and like you're deep into it, and the next thing you know, you're like, oh shit, like I just thought about random shit for the last 15 minutes, and look, I'm already done two more K.
Yeah, like did Rebecca really leave her husband? Or like... I'm just kidding.
Exactly. So one thing someone said, he asked them I can't remember what the question was, but it was based on like churn and like retention rate and things like that. And then the person answered with, the industry standard is this. And then he like paused and he's like, whoa, like, he's like, I don't care what the industry standard is. He's like and then I forget how exactly he said it, you know, like so smoothly and with like confidence, like the average American is overweight, divorced 3 times over, like blah, 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 blah. And we're not here to be average, you know?
Yeah.
And it just like triggered
the industry standard is not something you should aspire for.
Yeah. And I thought that quote was so interesting, and then it got me thinking of like what we do as athletes at CrossFit Max,
right?
And I was thinking about like all of our clients and stuff, and you know, one of my main tasks now is onboarding new clients, and I'm having these kind of like flashbacks of that's what my primary job was before for 5 years. Like that's what I did. I took someone who's never done CrossFit, met with them, sold them on CrossFit, but more importantly, I sold them on this lifestyle of changing it around so that they can be healthy.
Right.
Because just signing someone up for the gym is relatively easy. Getting someone to buy into a lifestyle, it's very challenging.
Correct.
And once they buy into the lifestyle, then they will start to make leaps and bounds in their fitness, but also in their overall life, well beyond just the now I can back squat more weight, or now I can run a little bit faster. Mm-hmm. And it's like learning how to change this like identity of someone that is like really the interesting but also the challenging part of being a CrossFit coach. And it just got my brain thinking, like, you know, we have people who coming to the gym who sometimes like literally are just coming to the gym because they think that they need to go to a gym and they need to just work out because they want to lose 5 or 10 pounds.
Right.
But the reality is that they need to change so many different things of their lifestyle.
Yeah, like
slowly, not all at once, but slowly. This way they can start to make the real progress that they're looking for outside the gym.
Right.
Because most
So
people.
how does this just I want to get you to make the connection because it makes sense right now, but you haven't said it yet. How does this connect to what you heard in the podcast?
Yeah, because it made me think that the person who walks into our gym
Right.
might be the average person,
Yes.
but the person who sticks to the gym and the people who have been at our gym for several months plus, so like anywhere between 6 months and more than that, within 6 to 3 years now,
Right.
is, I don't want to say, maybe better is not the right word, but they're above the average for living a healthy lifestyle.
100%.
And I don't know if our clients
Recognize
think
that?
recognize that and think like that.
Exactly.
Like the average person is not going to the gym. The average person is actually not at a good body weight.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
think that a huge part of being in our community is that you're surrounded with so many people who are striving for greatness, whether in their CrossFit or outside the gym or whatever, and that, you know, getting their workouts again and being dedicated to their training and their health and their nutrition and all that are traits of the people that you see every day inside the gym. And so sometimes you think like, oh, the world is just so health conscious now because that's your perception of the world based on the people that are close to you or in it with you. And I think that you are correct in assuming that sometimes because we're around like-minded people who are listening to this podcast, who are coming to work out at the gym, who all these things that are health conscious in their life, that you forget that actually that's not the norm. Unfortunately, we would love for it to be the norm, but we're not quite there yet. And that the reality is if you kind of zoom out of your life and out of your inner circle, a very sad portion of people are so far from even 1% of what our members are doing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's this like interesting feeling that, and maybe some people are realizing this as they're, because, you know, you join the gym, but typically your friends don't change overnight, you know, or your inner circle doesn't change overnight.
Correct.
So you join this gym, you're doing this thing, and then over time you start to make like these lifestyle changes that don't just affect, oh, I'm going to the gym, I need to block off my 6 p.m. like, or before supper,
Right.
I'm going to go to the gym. It's like, no, you start to make like these health conscious decisions, whether that's grocery shopping differently for your kids, right? Like and then you start to realize, like, when you go out for dinners with your friends, you start to notice these different aspects of life from your perspective. Like maybe you start off at the gym and you just come to the gym and like, I want to lose 5 to 10 pounds. And then after 6 months, you're working really hard in the gym. And then you go out to eat at the restaurant with your friends. And then instead of getting the big lasagna dish, you decide to get the grilled chicken, right? Because that's now who you're starting to become.
Right.
You know? And like small little changes like that will start to happen over time, and then you'll start talking to your friends and you'll start talking to your family about living, and then you'll get to a point where someone is going to tell you like you're crazy. You know, that will happen where someone will be like, oh, like how many you're like looking good, like you've been doing something different. Be like, yeah, like I've actually been like doing CrossFit 4 days a week. Like, no way, like you're crazy, you do CrossFit? Isn't that like so intense?
Dangerous.
And a part of you is going to be like, no, it's not that intense. You know, like I go to the gym 4 times. We have a really fun time doing it. But the reality is that you've built up the intensity, so it doesn't feel super intense after whatever X amount of months that might be, because we've had this like process of you starting slowly and understanding your weights and stuff, and then you start to realize like, you know what, damn, like I have been putting in like this hard work at the gym, and yeah, like I've been going 3, 4, sometimes 5 days a week. Yes, I've been like building these relationships with people in the gym that are encouraging me to go to the very last second of the workout rather than like, oh, 5 seconds left, like I'm not going to pick up the dumbbell now, versus like 5 seconds left, I have time for 1 or 2 more reps.
Absolutely.
Right? So yeah, it's just, it kind of sparked my brain a little bit, and it's almost like this thought process of like what we're doing in the gym, and our members that are doing it, that are living this like really active lifestyle, is starting to have this effect on, like, let's say our community, our small community, right? Like we're not a city over here of hundreds of thousands of people. We're at like just over 100 members, and then let's say those 100 members have, you know, a bubble of, let's say, 50 people of their family and friends, you know, but those conversations, those little interactions, those healthy changes you start to make start to affect the people around you in some way or form, even if it's just you say something to someone and then it gets their mind thinking about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I think one sort of hidden non-tangible benefit that comes from sort of being, I don't want to say indoctrinated, but it kind of feels like the right word, indoctrinated within the CrossFit Max culture, is a big growth mindset belief. Like people start to, like, often members join our gym and they have more of a fixed mindset, or they're like tend to be more negative, even make self-deprecating jokes, stuff like that. And then as they sort of become indoctrinated into our culture, and they start to see the value in having that I can attitude, having a belief system where, you know, things are attainable. Well, that's exactly kind of what you're talking about from your podcast, of having like that mindset of, I don't want to be industry standard. Industry standard, like life standard, is like so below my capabilities. And so then, you know, you're at dinner with your friends in 6 months' time and you're hearing them, and they're not even talking about fitness. It's not even health related. They're talking about work, and they're like, oh, but like I could never get that promotion. I'm not even going to apply for it.
Yeah.
And hopefully, after being so surrounded by such a growth mindset community, and you know, us challenging your thought process all the time on like you can do things, and like you can do hard things, and approaching things with a positive spin, like, yeah, it's going to be really hard and maybe it's a risk, but I'm ready and willing to take that risk. Then you're going to hear your friend talking about their promotion at work that they don't even want to apply for because they don't think they'll ever get it, and you're going to be like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, what are you putting yourself in that box for? Like, you should totally go for it. Even if you don't get it this time, you know, then the belief is going to be like, well, you're not going to get anything you don't apply for. And like, if you want it, go get it.
Yeah.
And I feel that is one of those like sneaky benefits of the gym, or of our gym, not the gym, our gym.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just doing what the average person
isn't willing to do.
Yeah. Like, there is this sense of like accomplishment also inside the gym. Like, you are hitting metrics that the average person can't, you know, like the average person can't run a mile. Like, if you can go out and run a mile right now, and maybe you're on your way to doing that, and that's amazing. But the average person right now can't go out and go run a mile straight. They have to take breaks, right? Yeah. So if you're asking yourself, can I go out and run a mile? And you can, well, that's already
above average.
Yeah, above average. It's an amazing feature. You know, if you can deadlift your body weight, you know, that's another really, really impressive feature. Most people are just scared. Most people are scared to lift an empty bar, a 35-pound women's barbell or a 45-pound men's barbell, because the average person thinks that that lifting that bar is going to crumble their body, like implode from the inside. Literally. And they're going to end up in a wheelchair for the rest of their life, because if they lift a barbell, it could be super dangerous. It's like, well, hold on a second. Like, did you never lift your kids? Did you never lift grocery bags? Did you never pick up a box before? Like, a barbell is just a tool that we use in order to strengthen up our posterior chain, to strengthen up our shoulders, to learn how to move safely and also efficiently, that we talked about before, right? And we have plenty of tools that we use. You know, we use dumbbells, we use medicine balls, bands, we use our body weight, all these things, right? But yeah, there's this sense of like the actual physical accomplishments and features that our athletes can actually do above average. And there's, like you said, like the mindset approach to this outside the gym that translate over, like, yeah, I will go for that promotion, I will change programs, and I will go for this. Or, you know, that there's this, something you talked about in the banter topic is like this confidence as well. You're going to start to build confidence. We're not talking about like taking your shirt off and going in front of the mirror here, but we're like having the confidence to like, we're talking about the confidence to go on a hike with your friend. You know, we're talking about the confidence to get on a bike and just pedal, go on a bike ride with your friends or with your family, right? To be able to sign up for a sport with your kid, or to be able to like, you know what, I can coach that my son or daughter's soccer team because I want to have the physical capability of running around the field with them.
100%. I think that there is like so many benefits to surrounding yourself with anybody who comes to CrossFit Max, because they're going to, you know, push your limits, push your beliefs about yourself. And I think like a huge part of our mission on this earth, you and I, is to be above industry standard. Like our whole goal is to break that mold of being average. There's nothing that bothers Brandon and I more than people accepting mediocre, because it's like we believe so deeply in other people that we want them to see that in themselves. And I feel like that's a huge part of our mission at the gym, is to like help people see how amazing they are. Because I think some people, you know, they rock up at the gym and maybe they're in a class, they're in their 5th group class ever, and there are other people in the class who've been doing CrossFit for 10 years. And so their perspective in that moment is like, oh, I'm like not good at CrossFit, blah, blah, blah. Like I suck, maybe. These are things that might cross your mind. But it's like, if we put that 5 days into CrossFit person in a room with a bunch of people who were industry standard, they would be shining.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So just some food for thought for you guys out there. You know, it really got my brain spinning when he said that. He's like, hey, we don't strive for industry standard. Yeah, like the average American is this much overweight, this many times divorced, this much in debt, and so much debt, and is super depressed, you know? And I was like, whoa, shit.
And it's kind of, it's shocking when you say it like that, which is probably exactly his goal, is to like make it sound shocking. But then you peel back the layers and you think about it and you're like, oh shit, he's kind of right. Yeah.
And I thought it was super cool. It kind of got my brain thinking immediately to like all of our clients at the gym who have just been absolutely crushing it, you know? And it's so funny because I wish I could just display out like so many different stories out to the world, to people. And I'm like, hey, this person's dealing with this, and like look how freaking strong they are for going through this stuff. Like this person is this, like it's crazy. Like everyone has their own story and everyone is going through their own shit, but the cool thing is that these people keep showing up and like putting in the hard work, right? And they're not, I mean, you're not necessarily looking to be better than the average person. Each person is looking to be better for themselves, but also we don't strive for average. We're trying to unlock our true potential.
Yeah. And I think like our journey has peaks and it has valleys and it has plateaus, but that's kind of like the point, you know. It's on the times when you're kind of down, having the strength to lift yourself up. Maybe when you've been on a plateau for a while, believing that like it's possible to like get to that next level, like that's all part of the process.
Hell yeah. So we hope this got your brain thinking here.
Maybe you're feeling motivated. Maybe you're running right now.
Hell yeah. Hopefully
maybe you're listening to us as you jog.
If you are actually listening to us while you're running, you have to send us a DM. I want to know. That'd be sick. That being said, I got to go for my run. You got to get to CrossFit.
Pick up our son from daycare first and then go to
CrossFit. So we're going to end the podcast the same way we do every single week with Client of the Week.
Pew, 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 pew.
over the last 6 weeks at CrossFit Max, we started the Consistency Club.
Heck yeah.
Now, what is the Consistency Club? It was something that we gave a point system for people participating in a few different things over the 6 weeks. Attending group classes, signing up for competitions, actually doing the competition,
referring friends,
referring people, posting on social media. It was just a big collage of lots of fun things over the last 6 weeks. And I kept track of every single log,
which was psycho, by the way,
for
everybody.
6 weeks. And it ended up being just over 1,600 logs on an Excel sheet.
Which he did each of them manually. So, guys, when I tell you the man's been working.
Which has been kind of weird the last 2 days because it ended on Sunday. And the last 2 days...
entering the scores.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, at the end of the day, I don't have to go and like look and plug everyone's stuff in. And anyways. Over the last 6 weeks, there have been some like really big highlights from a lot of people. There was some very... maybe not surprising. There were some that were surprising. There were some people that bumped it up a notch over the last 6 weeks, which was really cool. But today we got to highlight one person, and that's got to be the winner, which was Noah.
Woo! Go Noah!
So Noah is one of our 12-year-olds at the gym, and this kid really worked hard over the last 6 weeks.
He earned it. Winner, chicken dinner.
There was a couple days, or should I say a few days, that he was doing double sessions, meaning you come to a group class, then come and do open gym in the evening.
Was he really? I didn't know that.
He also does not have social media because he's 12, so he didn't get any points for doing social media. He did get some points because he referred a family to the gym, so that was really cool. But more importantly, I feel like he's really kind of... I was talking to Evie and Bernard this morning about both Noah, who's their son, and Lily, and I was just saying it's really cool over the last couple of years to watch their evolution of growth. You know, they're so young, but they're also maturing very quickly, and I feel like probably in the teenage years you see like such crazy amounts of maturity, like the growth is so rapid and quick, and it's really cool to see both their maturity. But Noah, when that family started, he was kind of too young, and he would just kind of sit at the desk.
I remember he would sit at the desk with me.
Yeah, sit at the desk and draw and do things and stuff. And now, how long has he been doing the classes for? A year and a bit now?
Maybe?
No, I think maybe over a year now. Yeah.
Anyways, he's been ultra consistent.
He's been killing it.
He comes at 6 a.m. before school.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
So appreciate you, Noah. Congrats. You guys.
Well deserved.
Thank you guys for tuning in to this episode. Make sure you guys share it with someone if you feel like you got some good value. And we'll catch you in next week's episode. Have a good day. See ya.
Bye.